Hey guys, Studio T reenacting here. Today I'm going to be going over the basic kit and uniform of a U.S. Marine during the Spanish-American War. There's a few items that are not here that I'm going to mention, and I'll also say a brief thing about the 1st Marine Battalion, which was the only Marine Battalion to be commissioned during the Spanish-American War. They were originally going to try and commission 2, but one only ever got commissioned. And that's pretty much what this impression is reflecting, what a first Battalion Marine would have brought with him to Cuba in 1898. So here we have the wool campaign shirt, USMC issue. These Marine Corps ones were different from the Army ones because they had bone buttons rather than black rubber buttons. They had no collar, whereas the Army ones had a collar, and they have no breast pockets, which the Army ones, most of them had breast pockets. This would have been a part of the tropical uniform. You'd have worn this with your canvas duck trousers, which were like a khaki canvas. You would have had trousers and the jacket to match. Mostly it just would have worn the campaign shirt with the trousers and the campaign hat. These are a part of the wool service uniform, which this is just medium blue wool trousers, belt in the back, one rear pocket, black metal buttons. What also would have been a part of the wool service uniform that these trousers are a part of is the M1892 undress jacket, which is pretty much exactly the same appearance wise as the modern dress blue jackets, but this was back in a time when those were field wear. Leggings, pretty basic leggings. These are the M1897, I believe, pattern. Chocolate brown canvas, leather reinforcement back here. Leather straps go under your boots. Service shoes of the time, black smooth side out leather, hobnails on the bottom, heel plates, cotton undershirt, just an undergarment, 3 bone buttons at the top there, cotton, no collar. M1888 campaign hat, wool felt with Marine Corps emblem on the front there, leather sweatband. This would have been your other piece that's a part of the tropical uniform, and your head cover for the wool service uniform would have been a kepi, the M1872 kepi with a Marine emblem on the front of it, and those are very similar to the same style of kepis worn during the Civil War. Braces, canvas and leather, pretty much the same pattern of braces that were widely used during the Civil War. Nothing really changed in terms of those. Canteen, the way the covers worked during the Spanish-American War for canteens, both Army and Marine Corps, there would have been a wool cover first, and then that would have been covered with this khaki cotton material. Army ones were stamped just US, and obviously Marine Corps ones had the full USMC on the outside. And whereas Civil War canteen covers are pre-stitched around the bottom, Span Am ones are stitched on the outside all the way around, like this one is here. Black leather strap, M1878 haversack for your rations and mess gear. Strap and buckle closure there, inside pockets. Brown leather strap. Now this really would not have been a thing, having 2 different color straps. It would have been either black for both or brown for both, but I haven't been able to figure out which one the Marine Corps used at the time, whether it was brown straps for their gear or black. So it's kind of a little bit of each right now, but it would have been one or the other, not both. M1895 4570 cartridge belt with 50 rounds of 4570 Springfield in there, and the 1888 model Springfield trapdoor. This is the ramrod bayonet one. I did a video on this rifle long ago, which wasn't the best, but here it is again. This is an original, 1891 dated. Now the thing with Marines and their rifles at this time, so they would have been issued the Lee Navy rifles, which is a rolling block design before they went to Cuba. Whereas Army volunteer units and Marines standing guard in naval shipyards in the States would have been the ones to use trapdoors. But Lee Navy rifles are fairly rare and very expensive when you find them, so that's why I don't have one. And you're seeing this trapdoor here. But Marines in the States at shipyards did use trapdoors, just not in Cuba generally. And of course, the belt to go with it. Shelter half. These shelter halves are exactly the same kind of dog tent shelter halves that they used in the Civil War. Same as the poncho. Black rubberized canvas, same type of poncho used during the Civil War. Just a carryover, really. M1878 blanket bag, which is essentially just a large haversack. The pattern-wise, it's got this upper pocket here. Nice big pouch there for stuffing all of your extra bed rolls and equipment into. Ties at the top there to hold your stuff down. Big flap with leather ties with closures on the side there. Black leather shoulder straps with rings up here so you can put a blanket roll on top of your pack if you want. Now, it is the 1st Marine Battalion used these blanket bags, what you see right here. No stenciling, no nothing, blank 1878 blanket bags. Whereas some Army units had the Miram packs, which are much more complicated. They weren't as popular with guys because they were so complicated. But if Army units were using the blanket bags, they usually would have been stenciled, whereas Marine Corps ones usually weren't, like this one here. Mess gear for the haversack. Same kind of utensils and cup as during the Civil War. I don't have an actual mess tin yet. But here's the fork, knife, spoon, leather cases for the knife and fork. And the wool blanket that all of this is on top of is just your standard wool blanket. Same type that was used during the Civil War, so nothing really changed there either. That's pretty much all the gear. If you guys want me to do a separate video on where I bought all this stuff and how much I paid for it, where I'd recommend if you want to get into this up and coming time period for reenacting, let me know and I will do my best to get that video out to you guys. Other than that, that's it for now. See you next time. Bye.